Hiya, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my channel, Rebecca Stitches. I've just popping on today to bring you my Make 9, which is like a sewing challenge that's been running for quite a number of years actually in the sewing community. I generally do a Make 9 every year. I don't know if I've ever made everything on my Make 9 list, but I enjoy planning it, and this year I'm using patterns that are all from my stash, and I think I pretty much will be able to use fabric from my stash for all of them as well. In fact, I think I might make that an extra part of the challenge actually. So I do have some fabrics with me to show you with the patterns, and these are like probably the patterns that I'm going to get done like first thing in the year, and then as the year goes on I'm going to get fabric out of my stash to complete the rest of them. So today I'm wearing a Tilly in the Buttons Tabitha t-shirt dress, which I think it's the Make It Simple book. I'll pop a link to the book down below. So yeah, let's get started. So the first, I've got my my journal. The first pattern I'll talk about is it's an itch to stitch pattern, and it was like just newly released, and it's the Winterthur Jacket. And itch to stitch patterns, I have made one other itch to stitch pattern, but they come in a really good size range, so from 00 to 40, and so that's an 84 centimeters hips to 157.5 centimeter hips, and she does cup sizes as well. She's got quite a good range of cup sizes. I'll put up some pictures in here of the jacket. So it is a little bit like the closet core, what do they call that pattern that's really popular? As you'll see, it's similar to it. There's two versions. You can have it with a collar or with the hood, and I'm going to do the hood because I like to have a hood so I can put it up when it's windy. It's got princess seams, so it's good for fitting, and the waist is drawn in by a drawstring, and it's for non-woven fabric. And the fabric that I've got, it's got the thread in it still. I got from Sew Me Sunshine in their Black Friday deal, and I've seen it there before they've had it, and then I was going to buy it and it sold out, but they had it back in again, so I'm really pleased. So it's a dark olive green waterproof cotton. So it is 70% cotton and 30% nylon. So yeah, I think that is going to look really good. And I do have lining that I can use in my stash as well. Some satin that I got from my card, I can't remember anything. But I do have some, when I make it, I will show you that. But yeah, that is really nice. I really like that. So I'm looking forward to this. And as well, I think I might get some thin insulate to interline it to make it a really cozy warm jacket, like quilt the lining with the thin insulate. But and I was going to buy some, but then obviously we've got loads of postal strikes in England at the minute, so I'm going to do that after Christmas. So yeah, that is my first one, the Winterthur Jacket. I don't know if you've watched my previous video, I'll put a link to it, about all the coats and jackets I've made, and I do have 2 coats in my Make 9. I love making coats. They're a really good, nice meaty project. Oh, and a jacket I have as well actually. So the next thing is a dress, and I've had this pattern since it was released actually by Mariella Walker, and it's the Bellum Night dress, and I'll put a picture in. So that's got 2 versions. Version A, so it's an easy fit and flare dress. With version A's got long gathered sleeves in an A-line like lantern skirt, and view B's got grown-on sleeves and ruffle cuffs and a button closure, whereas view A's got a zip closure, but they're all interchangeable. So I'm not sure which one I'll make yet, and I think I'd quite like to make this in a linen, I think, or like a viscose twill. I'm definitely going to be using fabric out of my stash. Picked any out particularly because this is more to me like a spring summer dress. So yeah, that is the first dress that I want to make, so the Bellum Night, and I'm really looking forward to that. Mariella Walker, she has some really, really interesting design. And the next one is the Heather Blazer by Friday Pattern Company. Again, I'll put a picture in. Oh, I'll just jump back to the Bellum Night. So that comes in from a size 86 hips up to 153 centimetre hips. So the Heather Blazer, Friday Pattern Company, the sizing in that is extra small to 7X. So that's a hip of 86 centimetres to 160. And it's an unstructured blazer with like an oversized fit. And again, I've had this pattern in my stash for quite a while, and I've had the fabric as well. I didn't buy this fabric to make this blazer, but I have it in my stash. I got it from Backstitch shop near Cambridge when I went on a friend's hen do, and that must be maybe nearly 4 years ago, I think. It's this really nice, like petrol-y blue kind of linen, and it was a washed linen. So yeah, I think this is going to make, it's going to be really good. It'll go with like lots of things. So yeah, I've been hoarding this fabric for ages, years, thinking what could I make with it, and really want to make the Heather Blazer this year. It was on my plans to make last year and I never got round to it. And this is the lining that I've got to put inside. It's got a little like diamond sort of weave in it. Oh, that's better that you can see. And I got this from a shop that is no longer open anymore. I've had that a little while. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Heather Blazer. I've never made a blazer before, never owned a blazer, but I think it'd be a really versatile piece to have in my wardrobe, and a pattern that you can wear sort of all year round with skirts, trousers, dresses. So yeah, that's number 3. So number 4, well, I'll talk about the other coat, is the Sienna Jacket from Closet Core Patterns. And there is there 4 versions? 3 versions. So view A, view B and view C there. And I am going to make view A, the longer length one. This one, that's the one I'm going to make. So the bit about the blurb about it. It's a chic utility jacket inspired by vintage French workwear, designed for hardware and used by makers and artists. It functions as both a stylish outerwear and highly practical layer for use inside the studio. Slightly drop shoulder. It's got a crisp notch collar, which can be worn unbuttoned or buttoned up to the neck. Unlined and finished with, I guess, probably like flat felled seams maybe. So view A should hit sort of mid-thigh. So yeah, actually, I've got some Robert Kaufman cotton. I don't know if I'll have enough actually. So this possibly could be the one pattern where I do actually have to buy fabric for it, because I do have some cotton twill, but I'm not sure I have enough. And if I don't, then this will be the one pattern that I might have to buy some fabric for, because obviously coats take a lot of time, a lot of fabric, and I'd want it to be something that's going to last in my wardrobe. So yeah, looking forward to making that as well. Obviously this is more like spring, summer, autumn. So yeah, probably springtime I'll get started on this one. I'm really looking forward to that. So the next one is, this pattern's been around for a long time, the Sew Over Eve dress. And this was on my Make 9 last year and I never got round to it. So I definitely want to make this. And I've got quite a few viscoses that if I like it, then make quite a few of. I'm going to make the version with the flutter sleeves and the longer version. The first one I think I'll do the sort of high to low hem, and then the others I might just level off at the longest point depending on how I feel about it. So yeah, that's that. This pattern, because it's been printed, goes from size 8 to 20, which is 36 inches to 48 inches, but I know they have on the website you can get a PDF of the next size banding as well. So yeah, I watch Sian from Kittenish Behaviour, and she has made a lot of Eve dresses. So I know that lots of people have mentioned it runs quite big. So the first time I make it, it'll be out of like a viscose that I'm not too fussed about, and I may think about sizing down one as well from what I've read from when other people have made it. So yeah, that is number 4 or 5, I don't know, but yeah, the Eve dress. That's my second dress, so I've got 2 dresses on my make 9. Then the next pattern, so I've got 3 patterns from the Modern Sewing Company, and I really like her designs, and I've got 3 of them, and they're all on my make 9 because I really want to make them. So the first one is the classic shirt. You see that there, and then I'll put some pictures from their website up for you to have a look at. So it's just a classic shirt construction with a modern cut. It's fitted on the shoulders, a neat sleeves, and it flares slightly from the underarm to give some room around the bust, and finishing in like a slight A-line shape. And I think this is going to be really versatile in my wardrobe. I do love a shirt actually. I had these ones printed from Fabuloso, and it's like £2.50 to print the pattern book, so I got those printed as well. So I am going to make like a wearable toile of it in this cotton viscose fabric that I've shown on before on my channel. It needs a good iron, but yeah, so I'm going to make my wearable toile out of this one in this winter, so after Christmas. I think that'll be good for layering, and it'll fit in really good in my wardrobe. And then I've got some actual like cotton that I bought from, I think it was Fabric Godmother, that I want to make like a crisp sort of white one out of. So yeah, that's that plan. And then the next one is also from the Modern Sewing Company, and it is the, oh, they've stuck these together the other way around. It is the overshirt. There's that. And again, I'll put a picture in. So it's a classic workwear jacket which provides a perfect layer for summer months. The drop shoulder and square cut makes the whole garment feel roomy and comfortable, and casual feel is balanced by classic shirt features. So a simple fit alteration is you can add more length to the body, which I've seen some people do, and it's a good like layering shirt if you make it in like a thicker fabric or wool felt. So yeah, the fabric that I want to try and make this out of is this Robert Kaufman brushed like flannel, cotton flannel, that I've had in my stash for a couple of years, and I got this from Sister Mintarka. She has some lovely fabrics in her shop. So yeah, I'm going to try and squeeze it out of this because I've want something to use this for ages. I've not been sure, and I think this like overshirt be a really good thing to make this out of, and it'll be nice and cozy because it's that brushed cotton flannel. So the sizing actually, sorry, on these patterns is, so they come in 2 size bandings actually, and I've bought the 6 to 20, which is an 86 hip to 121 hip, and then the next size banding on her website, so I'll pop it along here. Yep, so that's that. And oh, actually I've got 3 dresses on my Make 9, and my next one is the Davenport Dress, another Friday Pattern Company pattern. I've had this, I didn't buy it when it first came out because I was like, oh, I'm not sure if that's for me, because I do prefer my dresses to be midi length, and I know this one is like at the knee, but then I thought for sort of winter with tights, like I don't mind sort of knee sort of length, and obviously you can always like lengthen it. So yeah, so I like the little like frill ruffle that it has on the shoulder, elasticated waist, quite simple to make. It's got sleeves, ruffled hem, and it's just you put it over your head, so there's no fastening, so that should all be quite easy to make. And again, I have plenty of viscoses in my stash, so I'll just choose one of those when I come round to making this. So if I don't get this made, maybe if I don't get this made in this winter part of the early part of the year, I might save it and make it sort of like autumn. Yeah, that's that one, which I'm excited about. I really want to start using the patterns that I've got in my stash. I stopped buying patterns until I've made the ones that I've got, and then trying to obviously alter ones as they come along, but we'll see how that goes. So again, its sizing is extra small to 7X, so like the Heather Blazer, which goes up to 160 centimetre hips. And then the last pattern is another Modern Sewing Company pattern, and it's the worker trousers. Yeah, so the worker trousers. I love the fit on these when you see them online and on people. So they're a casual style of trouser that work well as an alternative to jeans all year round. It fits snugly around the lower waist and balloons slightly around the upper thighs, tapering in again towards the ankles. It's got pockets with facings, patch pockets, waistband, belt loops, concealed button fly or zip fly. And the combination of the fit and construction is tried and tested, designed to be worn into the ground, just like the very best of vintage jeans. And again, her sizes, like a bander, so you buy the size band that you need. So I'll put that on here. And the fabric that I'm going to make these out of to start with, because I am going to make myself a denim pair for definite, but I haven't got any, I've only got stretch denim in my stash at the minute. I'm going to make them out of this green. It's a bit darker than it's coming up online. This green cotton twill that I've got in my stash, which I think I got from Fabric Godmother. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. But again, I've had this fabric in my stash for a while. But yeah, it's just a green cotton twill, which I think will go well in my wardrobe. I've got some things that it'll go with. And I'm really excited about making these worker trousers. So I think they might be one of the first things that I come to make, along with the shirts, I think. And then save the dresses more for sort of spring, summer. So yeah, those are my 9 Make 9 projects. My plan going forward this year is use patterns that I've already got. Obviously, I will succumb to new patterns coming out and buy them, more than likely. I'm going to try and be using my patterns that I've already got in my stash, especially ones that I've not yet used, and then trying to, apart from the Sienna Jacket, which I'm not sure if I've got enough of the right fabric to make that out of, use everything from my stash to make it. And I'm going to try and make at least 1, if not 2 a month from my Make 9, pairing them with other things. So yeah, is anyone else doing Make 9? I'd like to know what your patterns are, if you're making any of the same or you're going to make any different ones. It'd be good to know. Make 9 patterns are all the patterns that I really want to make, and apart from the Sienna Jacket, I've got fabric that I can make them all out of from my stash. So that's going to be 9 patterns to make. A lot of them, well, none of them I've made before, so that's good. And then I'm going to use 8 lengths of fabric to make them from my stash. So that is going to whittle my stash down. And my plan, I think, is going to be to make at least one of them every month going forward to get this Make 9 actually finished this year. So yeah, I hope everyone's had a nice Christmas. Have you got any Make 9 sewing plans? Are you going to join in? I mean, like I say, I do it every year and I've yet to actually complete a Make 9 fully, but I do love the planning. I've already started my new journal and put in my Make 9 so far. That's the only thing I've done in it. I love the planning aspect, and these are all patterns that I've got. I really want to make them, and they're all fabrics that I've got in my stash that need to get made. My plan this year, well, not this year because I'm still in 2022. My plan for 2023 is to try and whittle down my fabric and yarn. I've not got a great yarn stash, but obviously yarn takes up a lot more space than fabric does. So yeah, try and use that stash, try and get it down to make some room so I'm not spread out over the house with fabric and yarn and all the accompaniments that come with that. Notions, I guess we'll call them. So yeah, but I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy fabric, because that is always going to be fabric that I want to buy. And I think if you put a complete ban on, well, if I put a complete ban on myself on things, then it just makes me want to buy more of them. So yeah, hopefully get this Make 9 done in good time this year, and I'll bring you along, show you what I'm doing and what I'm getting up to. So thanks for watching, Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in January. Bye.